Turning our attention to cricket, and there's political slugfest now over the exclusion of Sarfaraz Khan, the middle order batsman from the India A squad. And there's ugly politics that has now erupted over this. Sarfaraz Khan's exclusion from the India A squad has sparked a political storm. Congress leader and spokesperson Shama Mohamed has stoked controversy, suggesting that Sarfaraz may have been left out due to his surname. That's the insinuation that she's made. She questions if religion played a role in the team selection. Let me go across to my colleague Shreya Upadhyay for more details on the political reactions to this developing story. Shreya, it's not very often that we've seen the injection of politics, especially when it comes to team selection, but that's exactly what the Congress party now appears to be doing. Please take us through what Shama Mohamed has said on the social media platform X.
Well, Siddharth, absolutely. This is a very rare occurrence where you bring in religion into cricket, and Dr. Shama Mohamed, the Congress party leader, has said, is Sarfaraz Khan not selected because of his surname, clearly bringing religion into the gentleman's game, also saying we know where Gautam Gambhir stands on that matter. But it's not just Shama Mohamed who said this. There's also AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi who's weighed in into this entire matter, saying, why isn't Sarfaraz Khan selected even for India A? There are, of course, a lot of reactions that are coming in from fans and supporters saying that, look, in the last 6 months he hasn't played domestic cricket and there are other reasons to it. But clearly our political leaders choose to bring in religion into cricket.
Thanks for that, Shreya. Let me go across to my colleague Arunil as well, who's been keeping a track on these developments quite closely. Arunil, we don't often see this, that there is an attempt at politicizing team selection by injecting religious politics into the narrative as well. Now, it is a fact that Sarfaraz Khan has done very well in domestic cricket. Over the last few games, he's actually been averaging almost 110, and he's not been picked for the India A squad. But if one hears what Ajit Agarkar, the chairman of the selection committee, had to say quite recently when he was asked a specific question about Sarfaraz Khan's exclusion, he said that India is currently facing a problem of plenty. Sometimes difficult decisions have to be made. Sometimes experience needs to be chosen over recent form in domestic cricket. So it's very unfortunate politics that we're witnessing over this latest development.
Well, certainly is extremely unfortunate. The reason for that is there is Khalil Ahmed, the left-arm fast bowler, who's very much part of this two-match series that India is going to play with South Africa, homebound South Africa team. There is also Mohammad Siraj, who will be playing the second game. We have seen the kind of adulation fast bowlers like Mohammad Siraj or Mohammad Shami have got from Indian fans as well as from different political leaders, irrespective of their parties, whenever they have performed exceedingly well at the highest level. Mohammad Shami during the World Cup and Mohammad Siraj in the recently concluded test series in England. Why equating religion with an exclusion of a player? This is again extremely baffling and setting a wrong precedence for a national cricket team. Now coming to Sarfaraz Khan as well, he, you are right, he averages 110 in the last 5 years. The Mumbai-based batsman has played for India. Startlingly, he was excluded, and now him not being made a part of the India A squad as well, despite him reducing around 17 kgs in the recent times, in the last 6 months. It is baffling to the court, but equating it with religion is extremely appalling. Now, how does the BJP or Gautam Gambhir, because Shama Mohamed over here, the AICC spokesperson, has equated it with Gautam Gambhir, saying that he's a BJP former MP and now the coach of the
Arunil, I just need to interrupt you for a moment because we have Atul Vasan, former Indian fast bowler, joining us for his perspective on this. Mr. Vasan, what do you make of all of this? Now, a player who might have performed very well in domestic cricket may have been excluded for an N number of reasons, but now you have an attempt on the part of certain political parties to insinuate, and some even saying directly, that he may have been excluded because of his religion. What do you make of all of this, sir?
No, I feel very sad that, this kind of connotation is given to this. But I also believe that, he was hard done by. Sarfaraz actually deserves to, be continued and to be looked at because he's not had a fair opportunity. But then this twist is something which I will stand by, and it's not because of that. It could be personal likes and dislikes and some kind of other connections, But to insinuate that he's been left out because of his religion is a tragedy, and I think.
Mr. Vasan, if you can, and what do you have to say about the fact, I believe that we've lost the line there with Atul Vasan. We'll try to patch that line once again. Mr. Vasan, a very quick follow-up question to that. You, of course, called this out as very unfortunate politics. Questions now also being asked of Gautam Gambhir and his previous BJP antecedents as well. And Shama Mohamed of the Congress party saying that we know what Gautam Gambhir thinks about XYZ. What are we to make of that? Because an individual aspersion is now being cast on the coach of the cricket team as well. No,
I think that is very unfair, and that it has to be, subbed as well, because I cannot imagine in my wildest dream that Gautam Gambhir is capable of this kind of a thing. He might not actually see the utility of your Sarfaraz Khan in his team at this moment, or India A team, but to cast aspirations on his integrity to coach the team and run the team as per se is not fair.
All right, Mr. Vasan, just finally, there was a recent development in domestic cricket as well, and I'm sure you've heard this as well, which has gone viral on the social media, about two former selection panel members talking about why Jalat Saxena, the all-rounder, had never been selected for the Indian cricket team despite a terrific record as far as domestic cricket is concerned. That just reinforces the fact that sometimes excellent players, good players, deserving players might get excluded for a whole lot of reasons that may have nothing to do with their identity or the state that they represent.
Yes, sometimes it is, the roll of the dice for certain players. Yes. I know there are many players. If I add a few names to it, it'll take all of your day. But there are some reasons, because sometimes it doesn't really, pan out the way you planned. That even the performances, something goes wrong in that combination that you are left out. But I don't think so that there is a particular thing. Earlier days when we used to play, there used to be zonal selectors. Then every zonal selector used to come with a lot of pressure of trying to pitch for one of his players, and there used to be a lot of horse trading. But these days, I think those days are gone. But there is so much cricket happening and so many players doing well. It is very hard for the selectors to give a fair chance to everybody. Some players will always be, less fortunate than the others.
Mr. Vasan, thank you for your very insightful perspective on this. Let me go across to Mr. Vedam Jaishankar as well, a sports expert joining us right now. Mr. Jaishankar, what do you make of all of this? Because one can, of course, question the selection panel as to why they've excluded Sarfaraz Khan despite his very impressive recent domestic record. But why inject religious politics into this? Because that's never played a role as far as team selection is concerned in India.
See, first and foremost, what we need to understand is Indian cricket has never had the kind of depth it has today. Never. You can choose any 15 players and still there'll be somebody left out. For instance, Abhishek Sharma was chosen, and who was left out? Jaiswal was left out.
Yes.
When KL Rahul was selected, who was left out? Rishabh Pant was left out. When Jadeja was selected, who was left out? Akshar Patel was left out. We never had this kind of depth. You can leave out anybody, choose anybody, and still this kind of things will happen. We are actually in a happy place.
Yes.
Now, you're trying to bring in a religious angle, which makes no sense. There's somebody like Ishal Kishan. He also just got 100 a few days ago. He's also been in rollicking form. Why isn't anybody talking about him?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Mr. Jaishankar, and also the example of Karun Nair. Yes, he did play in the 2025 India versus England Test Series in England with mixed results, but he was excluded from the Indian team for a period of almost 8 years after having scored a triple century against England back home in 2017. And he had to wait his chance despite having done well at the international level. He had a few poor performances thereafter, but that led to his exclusion, and he was not removed from the team for his identity or his religious background or the state that he came from.
Not only that, let us not forget that Karun Nair was reintroduced in England when the going was very tough. Yes. It was very tough for any proper batsman to score there, and he weathered the storm. He saw through the new ball. He ensured that they hung on. Had the same Karun Nair been tried in docile wickets in India, he would have scored much more. He would have scored easily. But they wanted to protect some of the other cricketers. So they pushed him on the tough pitches. And on the easy pitches, they brought in their favorites. But that's not the point. The point really is that we are in a very, very, very good situation right now. Indian cricket has never had it this good. We have such depth both for India team and India A team. You can choose anybody out of a, let's say, pool of 30, and you could still be wrong. You could choose anybody even in the India A team out of the pool of 30 and still be wrong.
Yes.
And it's a very nice thing to be in this situation because we now have depth that we never had. And we should glorify that. We should enjoy that. Maybe it's Sarfaraz Khan's bad
Absolutely,
luck.
absolutely, Mr. Jaishankar. Point well taken. Needless religious politics being played over the exclusion of Sarfaraz Khan.